Russian President Vladimir Putin once proclaimed the dissolution of the Soviet Empire as the greatest geopolitical catastrophe of the 20th century. But then came Russia's full-scale invasion of Ukraine in 2022. And concerns are now rising among European nations that Putin could expand his offensive further into Europe over the coming decade, and they might have to face his forces without US support. In an interview with The Times, Lieutenant General Alexander Solfrank, the commander of NATO's military logistics center in southwest Germany, urged allies to steel itself for potential Russian strikes on targets across Europe, including Germany. Other generals from the United States and the Netherlands are also worried that in this scenario, the Russians would strike deep behind their front lines on the civilian and military infrastructure. However, these warnings are partly based on the war in Ukraine, where Russia has launched heavy air and missile strikes well away from the battle lines. In retaliation, the Ukrainians have also knocked out ammunition dumps, command posts and fuel depots hundreds of miles into Russian-occupied territory. Meanwhile, over the weekend, German newspaper Bild reported that Germany's armed forces had already started planning for the eventuality of Russian cyber attacks and sabotage against German targets. The document outlined a potential path to conflict between Russia and the North Atlantic Treaty Alliance. However, specific data on the number and movements of NATO troops are withheld for security reasons. On the other hand, the Ukrainian president is fearing the Ukrainian conflict will escalate into a third world war if Russian aggression is not contained with support from Kyiv's Western allies. He also urged Germany to use its economic heft to gather more support for Ukraine amid the prospect of potentially diminishing military aid from the US due to Republican objections in Congress.